Hello and welcome to this FPL Gameweek 34 press conference stream with me, Holly Shand. My free hit chip is active, so there's lots of tinkering to do today and quite a few press conferences as well. The schedule does look a little bit different to what we would see normally, and that's because we've got the FA Cup semi-finals this weekend. So that means we've only got 7 Premier League fixtures across Saturday and Sunday. It is a 1:30 deadline on Saturday. I am going to be live the hour before the deadline as well, so make sure you notifying so that you get a notification when I'm live for that one. Then we've got 6 midweek Premier League games. So in terms of press conferences, obviously Spurs don't play in game week 34. Sheffield United and Newcastle United and Brighton don't play until next midweek, so no press conferences from them. We heard from Sheffield United and Burnley yesterday. Villa and Liverpool, I'm not sure when their press conferences are going to be exactly. We need a little bit more confirmation on that. Annoyingly, just as I've started the stream, I've currently got a notification on my computer to tell me that my mouse battery is very low and I need to connect to USB very soon, which is not ideal. Difficult. So I'll tell you what, I'll jump screens so that you can see my team as it stands. And I'm just going to plug in while I'm doing this. I felt like I was quite settled on free hit, but with 24 hours to go until the deadline, I am starting to get itchy feet a little bit on some of these picks. It's not helped by some comments that we saw from Jurgen Klopp after the game yesterday to do with Trent. He said something like it was insane that he played. I'll get the exact quote up for you soon. So that's going to make things interesting. So in terms of press conferences today, we're hoping to hear from Wolves soon, and then we've got press conferences at 1:30 for Arsenal, Brentford, Palace, Everton, Fulham, Luton, Man City supposedly for the FA Cup, and Forest. The Man City one will be quite interesting actually, because we do want an update on Haaland, De Bruyne, believe there was another, could have been a defensive player, subbed early in the Champions League midweek because of fatigue. So it'd be good to get an update on those, because I think there's a lot of managers maybe not on free hit that are wondering whether to sell Haaland, particularly those that have got a wild card to play in game week 35 and can then buy him back. So that's an interesting story. The 1 o'clock press conference from Wolves is going to be a big one, because we've got Ray and Ain't Nori, who a lot of managers own. I have actually put him in my free hit squad. I don't know if you can see this mouse situation. Like, I don't think this has happened before, but it's like such bad timing for my mouse to decide it's going to die. We're at 3%. I keep plugging it in when I don't need it. So yeah, that's the full look at the press conferences. I did see, I think it was the BBC were reporting that Man City's press conference is actually at 2:30. Chelsea's is normally now, so I think whether the press have decided to put them at different points to the Premier League ones, I don't know. Ten Hag's was definitely earlier to avoid the Premier League congested ones. I don't know. So that's the situation that we're in. I haven't got a press conference time for Villa or Liverpool at the moment. Presume they're both today, but because they're away in the Europa League, there's absolutely no guarantees that we will actually get a press conference. It could be that we get some embargoed quotes from their post-match press conferences. So this is where I'm at with my team at the moment, subject to change. There was quite a few of you in early, so if you are here, make sure that you've liked the stream. I think we've only got 28 likes at the moment, so we need to get it up to 100. There's nearly 200 of you watching, so let's get that count up. And if you are here, make sure you're saying hello in the live chat as well. I'm here every Friday at 1 o'clock to cover the Premier League press conferences, so certainly worth tuning in if you're a dedicated FPL manager. VJ is in and modding. He said, morning folks from a cold and wet Watford. I make it afternoon, VJ. The sun is out here at the moment in Grimsby. Bonkers LSC is in. Gazman is in. Ahmed is in. Bonkers, Light Rays, Podna, Marco, Juho, Mike, Bilal, T Black. I must have a username. Simon is in and modding as well, saying it's sunny here. I can't remember whereabouts in the country you are, Simon. Forgive me. Peter, Fremi, Cool, Najib, and Neil and Jermaine. So good to see everyone in. Bonkers LFC said, I would say don't pick Salah when I get a free transfer. I'm selling Haaland. And to contrast with that, Ahmed has said, should I triple captain Salah? I think if you've got chips to play, this is certainly a week to play it. Free hit, bench boost, triple captain. They're the ones to play. Triple captain Salah, I would do it. I mean, I was looking at the predictions on Fantasy Football Hub. You can get these as well, and then you're able to customise them with a 7-day free trial. I'll drop the link for that in the chat, and it'll be in the description to the video as well. So the predicted top scorer for Game Week 34 is Salah on 14.8 predicted points. Game Week 35, which is when Chelsea and Spurs double, it's Palmer on 11.8. And then in Game Week 37, it's Haaland on 15. So there are 3 double game weeks left with 3 opportunities to triple captain, but we don't know how the title race will look in Game Week 37. We don't know if Haaland will still be fit. So there are a few kind of concerns with doing it. Simon said, my team is locked. Is this free hit? I'm guessing not. Raya, Zinchenko, Reguilon, Dean, Eze, Elise, Palmer, Gordon, Cunha, Isaac, Watkins. A few doublers in there then. Not that many. Let's head over to the tweet deck then, see if there's anything going on, because I am expecting a surprise Klopp press conference somewhere. Apparently the Wolves press conference is on now, but I'm sure it was at 1:30 last week and we were waiting till about 2 o'clock for comments. So who really knows exactly what's going to be going on there. Can't see anything interesting at the moment. I do want to round up, though, everything that we've had so far today and yesterday, for that matter, as well. So apparently Garnacho has apologised for liking a post which criticised Ten Hag for substituting him at half-time against Bournemouth. So that's good. This was the comment from Klopp last night on Trent. He will be checked after making his first start in over 2 months. If Trent had been a bit fitter, we could have gone a bit longer, but it's insane that he has even played. In the end, he was running out of gas. That is a concern. That makes me less hopeful that we'll start 2 in the double. If he doesn't start, then it makes Robertson a more attractive option. He looked quite good in the first half against Palace. In terms of his involvement in, set pieces. A lot seems to be going down Liverpool's left. So I don't know whether Trent is the wisest pick at the moment, I'll be honest. The other one to consider is Van Dijk, who is perhaps not quite as exciting, but probably nailed to play both games. I may just go Van Dijk at this point. A few more updates from Man United, which are more relevant for the FA Cup. This was one that I spotted earlier, and I think we're meant to be hearing from Sean Dyche in about half an hour. Everton defender Nathan Patterson has sustained a substantial hamstring injury, and he's now set to miss the club's remaining fixtures. That's going to hamper the Everton defence, and I've got Pickford on free hit. Feel like there could be some late changes. A few updates from Sheffield United that probably aren't that relevant for this week. I doubt people are looking to buy Sheffield United players other than Brereton Diaz. Company sticking with Muric in goal for the game against Burnley. The West Ham press conference was earlier. With a few updates. Bowen started yesterday had to have an injection. Looks like he could be a doubt for Sunday. This was a comment from Pep in the Champions League on Wednesday. It was Akanji. Haaland, Akanji and De Bruyne were enforced withdrawals. Erling and Kevin asked me to go out. They could not continue. They were playing amazing. I'm not a big fan of so many substitutions. Conor Bradley is out until May, so it would be Joe Gomez competing with Trent for minutes in the right back slot. So that's everything that we've had so far. My mouse battery is now up to 9%, which is always good. I've been using the keyboard. No sign of any press conferences at the moment. So I guess maybe the Wolves one was slightly optimistic to be at 1 o'clock, which gives us some time to focus on your questions. It's always a nice thing. There's 300 of you in, so I'm sure there will be plenty of questions out there. If you are here, make sure you're subscribed to the channel as well. And I'll leave my current team on screen, as well as looking at your questions as well. Podner says, how many single game week players would you have in your team this week? I think not very many. I think you'll be... Oh, sorry, I've just realised I forgot to switch the screen around. You can't actually see my team at the moment. Yeah, I think free hit, it makes sense to go with 11. There's certainly, enough players I can name in each position that will outscore the best single game week options on predicted points. However, it does depend on your chip strategy as well. I think if you're wildcarding next week, I think it's fine to sell Haaland for a Cunha, Mateta, Solanke. I think you'll easily outscore by 4 points. If you're not tripled up on Arsenal and Liverpool, or you've not got double Arsenal attack yet, or double Liverpool attack, and you've got a space left, I think it's okay to sell Cole Palmer, but we do need to be mindful that his price has gone up by $1 million or so this season. So if you've been on him early, I think he started at 5 and he's now at 6.2. So if you bought him at 5 and you sell him at 6.2, it's going to cost you 0.6 million to get him back. So for team value purposes, it's a difficult sell for Palmer. You could bench him. Some people will bench him. Some people will start him. His away form isn't that great. And Arsenal are the best defence in the league. So I think you can get away with benching Palmer, but selling may not make sense depending on how long you've had him. Marco is here, having a quick lunch and coming back. Good to see you, Marco. Juno says, hey, Holly, Cunha in for Haaland for a -4. Yep, that's fine. If we look at as long as you've got a route back to Haaland, if you're wildcarding next week, then it's way easier. If you're not wildcarding next week, then it's a bit more difficult because it's essentially, you've got to factor in the 4 points it's going to take you to get Haaland back. But if you look at predicted points, Haaland's on 5.4 predicted points this week. Cunha's on 9.8. So in theory, if you buy Cunha, he's capable of outscoring Haaland by 4.4 points. And it's only going to cost you 4 points to get him in. But that's more if you're wildcarding next week. Best captain for this week from T Black. Well, you can see the predictions on screen. Salah top, Eze second, Saka third. I think they're the main ones. I'm just going to check actually on the Hub homepage who's winning their captain poll. And then I may put a captain poll up as well. Yeah, 71% going Salah, 10% Saka, 5% Eze. Let me put the poll up then, seeing as you've asked. So this is not who your captain pick is, but who the best captain pick is for this week. So we've got Salah, Saka, Eze, other. There we go. That is live. There's 345 of you in, which is brilliant. We're at 84 likes, so we're getting there now. Let's try and get to 100. This mouse situation, seriously annoying, by the way. And you probably be able to tell by my voice I've got a little bit of a cold. So probably only going to get an hour from me today. Save the voice so that I can do another hour tomorrow. I've already done Premier League's fantasy show this morning. I've got the Premier League fan zone this afternoon. That's in about 3 hours. If anyone can get that, then go for it. My next door neighbour's just decided to mow their lawn. Great timing. Hopefully it's not coming through on the mic. Any news on Trippier? No, because Eddie Howe's press conference isn't until the middle of next week. Queyct has asked Bradley, Son and Tony out for Arsenal and Liverpool player and Solanke for a -4. I think you'll want Son back. So if you've got a wild card, I think that -4 is fine. I think it's probably fine anyway. I think you can get away with it. FPL Harry says, cold going round. I had one. I feel like I had a cold, and on Tuesday morning I thought to myself, oh, my cold's gone. I can breathe freely again. And then I've got another cold. So I've actually got like the Vic basically plonked on my desk right below me, just so that I don't get too nasal. We'll get there. Peter says, good evening, Holly. I'm taking a -4. Raya, Foden and Son to Henderson, Eze and Havertz. I mean, Raya to Henderson feels sideways. Foden and Son to Eze and Havertz. I guess you're trying to potentially correct a double Arsenal defence or using an Arsenal slot on Raya. I don't know whether a -4 to sort that out feels like the right thing to do, but if you feel like it's going to help you towards the end of the season, then go for it. Fremy says, would you consider double Liverpool defence or Arsenal defence? I wouldn't consider double Liverpool defence. I guess the only double Liverpool defence I'd probably consider would be Alisson in goal. Double Arsenal defence is more justifiable, that's for sure. But I just prefer the double attack. Are you picking up that lawnmower? It's coming through, isn't it? I do apologise. We've got like this patch of grass like outside, kind of like across the road from us. It only gets cut twice a year. And it seems like they've picked this live stream to do it. I was going to pop over to the tweet deck and see if there's any signs of life, because we were expecting a Wolves press conference that I can see no evidence of at the moment. We have some comments from Liverpool and a tweet. I don't know if this is live or not. I think this must be from last night. We need Trent, of course, but we need him in really good shape in form, and that's now what he has to get up to. How quick can we get him rolling? Same for Diogo, Robertson. It's the same for Salah. They all had injuries, which they never had before. I think Virgil van Dijk's going to be coming into my free hit. It's quite weird comments there from Pep. Oh gosh, this is really loud now. A leaf blower. I am sorry, guys. Of all the days. So let me just check this as well. Apparently you can't hear it, which is fine. Good. That is good news. I'll just ignore it then. Yeah, so we've had some comments. Klopp's under a lot of pressure after those two results, so he's going to blame injuries a bit. It's good that Trent is back, so now he will probably find a way into the field by doing it. And rhythm. Who knows? Who knows from Klopp there? We can just take what we've got and roll with it. My mouse charge is now up to 15%, so I'm not going to worry about it now. I'm just going to scroll freely. Lalek says, thoughts on Captain Eze over Salah in his current form? I see Salah struggling to get more than 4 points. Yeah, I get that. Eze predicted to score 166 minutes. Sorry, to play 166 minutes. He's 3 points behind Salah in terms of predicted points, but some nice fixtures for Palace. He's in form. He's the talisman. He's on pens. He's on quite a few set pieces. So I can see it happening. Salah's form, you can kind of read into it in a couple of ways. Just if we have a look at the performance of all players since the international break. So this is from the Hub Opta-Stats tool, and you can get access to this yourself with a 7-day free trial using the link that is pinned. Since the international break, Salah is second for shots with 23. He's second for shots in the box with 16. He's had 6 big chances on goal, which ranks him third. His expected goals is third. He's scored twice. Expected goal involvement, he's ranked third of all players on 3.9. 2 goal involvements, 10 key passes as well. Puts him within the top 10. So basically, I read that as he's been unlucky and he's due a haul. I know the difficulty with the Salah situation is he's not a player who is generally struggling for form. You know, when we've seen him go on a bit of a quiet spell in the Premier League, it's never been for long. However, we haven't got the precedent of him having a long-term injury and then coming back and the form. But in my eyes, the underlying numbers are there. Liverpool are one of the best teams in the Premier League, one of the best attacks in the Premier League. They've got decent fixtures. I think the goals will come. But I can see how you may have kind of lost confidence in him as a captain pick and are looking at Eze, and I think that's fine. I think for me, I'm on free hit this week. I'm going to have 11 doublers. That feels differential enough to me. You look at the likes of Eze, who's less than 10% owned, I think. You know, there's not going to be that many managers that have got 11 doublers. I've got the free hit. That's my differential. So I don't need to do anything crazy with captaincy as well. And it's not my playing style to back an Eze. I could back Saka, but Eze wouldn't be someone that I'd captain in a single game week. So he's not a player that I feel like I should captain in a double game week either. But if you're in a different situation, then you may view that differently, which is absolutely fine. Keep an eye on the tweet deck then. Can't see anything too important. I think there were embargoed quotes from Klopp, as far as I can tell. So we're 5 minutes out till the busy 1:30, where we're going to get quotes from Arsenal, Brentford, Palace, Everton, Fulham, Luton, hopefully Man City. which is FA Cup, but will be... I can't get my words out. Will be... Why can't I think of what word I want to use? Relevant, there we go. Got there eventually. Will be relevant to FPL managers maybe looking to ditch City players short term to bring in doublers. And Forest, I don't think we're going to get anything more from Klopp other than what I've just shown you on screen. And then Aston Villa, I don't know about. Chelsea and Bournemouth presses are later, and I won't still be here for those, but that's where I are. VJ in with a super thanks. Thank you, VJ. How many months are you a member now? Okay, I think you're on the silver badge, which is good to see. And great job modding, as always, as well. So probably another 5 minutes till we need to worry too much about what's going on in the press conferences. Hassan says, is Trent fully fit to start both of the games? I don't think so. I think I'm going to move to Van Dijk, I'll be honest. Fremi says, Kluivert, Cunha more vulnerable in attack than Hwang Solanke. Yeah, I do like Cunha though, but yeah, Solanke, yeah, gotta be. Dying NPCs, any suggestions on when to use my only chip remaining in the wild card? Yeah, so if I pull the fixtures up, the teams that double this week and the teams that double, I can't fit them all on screen. The teams that double this week and then the teams that double in 37 are completely different, including Chelsea and Spurs, who also double next week as well. So if you've only got the wild card left, what I would do is use your transfers this week to dead end your team into this game week, buying players who double this week, and then wild card next week to focus on players that have doubles in 37 and 35. Fremi says, which 3 Arsenal players? I have Raya, White and Saka. Yeah, I'd probably move away from that triple up. The thing I don't like, Raya feels like a waste of an Arsenal spot, I'll be honest. Ben White, Tomiyasu's back. We've seen a lot of rotation in the left-back slot for Arsenal. We've seen Kiwo, we've seen Zinchenko, we've seen Tomiyasu all play there. We've also seen a few early subs for White, for Tomiyasu at right-back. And I feel like at some point, White's going to be the wrong side of the 60-minute mark for one of those subs. It worked out for him last week because he was subbed before the clean sheet was lost. Or Tomiyasu could play a game. So that's the reason why I prefer, a Gabriel or a Saliba. I think this week, Gabriel, Saka, Havertz is the 3, but on wildcard, probably go with the defence. But remember, this is Arsenal's last double before the end of the season. Not that their fixtures are bad, and their defence is great, so I think you can probably get away with it. D Ward's train is asking for a City update. It's coming in 2 minutes. Neto or Flecken? Neto's got the double, so I'd say Neto. Ahmed says Cunha or Solanke. I think Wolves have got some quite nice fixtures still around their double. Although, to be fair, Bournemouths are okay as well. Wolves have got Luton next week. However, Solanke has scored 17 goals this season. He's loosely in the Golden Boot race. I think it's crazy to go into the double without him. Right. It looks like the Wolves presser is going on. Here's the update on Rayan. Rayan could be available for the bench. Semedo is out. Cunha is out. Whoa. That is big news. Right. Rip up the free hit. Cunha is out. Jesus. Sorry. What is it with FPL this season? Honestly. Cunha is out. That's come from nowhere. Oh dear. It's always the same. So Aitnor is available for the bench and Cunha is out. Are you joking me? What is going on? This game is just crazy. Gonna have to rip up my free hit now. Oh dear. Honestly, I don't believe it. I mean, I do believe it because this is just what FPL's been like this season. But honestly, the chances. I'm gonna have to update the graphic as well now. So 8 Nori available as a substitute. Cunha is out! Exclamation mark. Well, it was worth the wait. I'm going to have to go with Mateta now, aren't I? Cunha was like my differential. That's really annoying. Everyone else was happy going Mateta and I was going Cunha, and now I'm going to have to go Cunha. Sorry, I'm just updating the graphic at the bottom, guys, and it seems to have... There we go. Seems to have disappeared. I need to update it on both... where did that come from? On both pages as well. Honestly. I know I say it every week, but this season has just been ridiculous. Right, back to the drawing board then on the free hit. Do I go Darwin? I don't want to go Darwin. I like this from FPL Raptor. He has done a bit of a typo on it, so if you're watching Ross, you're going to want to update that. But Mateta stonks just went through the roof. Just as I'm saying, I'll bring in Mateta. At least, fair play to Gary O'Neill. He's given us a decent update there. Neto is doing well and he's on the grass. He should play before the end of the season. Ryan could be available from the bench. Semedo is out. Cunha is out. Wang, 45 minutes tops. So there you go. It's comprehensive, isn't it? But also it's ridiculous. Oh dear, FPL Twitter has gone crazy. Beardy is in, he's just joining us. He says, hi Holly, what a time to join, Beardy. Everyone going big on Wolves, on their transfers and free hit. And then we've got news that Cunha is out. I mean, a lot of managers will have bought him this week. And that is unlucky. Maybe not that many. 200,000 transfers in. Oh dear. I mean, quite a few of those will be free hit, let's be honest. If you're on free hit this week, you're getting Cunha. I'm going to have to deal with my team in a bit because I think all the other press conferences are going to land on us now. Oh dear. I mean, we do have to bear in mind that Wolves are a team who are on the beach. You look at their league positioning. They hit the 40-point barrier a few weeks ago. You look at the teams above them with games in hand pushing for Europe. I mean, the coefficient isn't great to get those European spaces now. They're really not in that race. You wouldn't think, with the injuries. Probably not investable across the board now. Could have had a kick on his calf against Forest and has done damage to the muscle. Apparently. I think we're going to see a lot more 3-5-2s on the free hit now. I mean, I think this is the conversation now for double Arsenal attack. Or I think Arsenal are going to have fun against this Wolves side, I'll be honest. It's just taken me a while to process all of this. What a week. I mean, I'm glad I'm on free hit, let's put it that way, because, you know, it's been a bit brutal. I was not expecting that from the Wolves presser. I see let's talk FPL is talking up Sarabia now, has the Mins penalties. Wolves don't have a team though. Which won't help. What I wanted to look at was the previous Wolves predicted lineup, because Gary O'Neill said that he's going to have to play his youngsters. So where is Ben Dinnery's lineups? There we go. Last one that I've got to. So Dawson's had an operation, so he's out. Semedo's out. Aitnor is not going to play. So it's going to be quite a weak Wolves team against Arsenal. Arsenal are going to have fun. Maybe I'll captain Saka. I don't know at this point, I'll be honest. Yeah, a lot of people saying should be a comfortable win for Arsenal at Wolves on Saturday then. Because basically, Dawson's out as well. Semedo's out. They may have to go flat back four. Jose Sarr could make a lot of save points. Right. Who am I going to put as my last forward? McBurney? Gonna have to be in it. I did have Mateta on my bench anyway. I mean, it probably makes sense on a free hit to really triple up on a few teams. So now I've got triple Arsenal, triple Liverpool, triple Palace, Solanke, Pickford. It is what it is, isn't it? Let's hope that there's no other big injury news going. I mean, I don't know it's gone 1/2, hasn't it? We were expecting to hear now from Arsenal, Brentford, Palace, Everton, Fulham, Luton, Forest and Man City. And I've not got anything yet. Just quite frankly ridiculous. I'm just going to have a quick look on The Athletic and on BBC Sport to see if there's any press conference time. I did see Arsenal say that their press conference was coming up, starting soon. So Arteta must be late. I don't think Arteta's going to be rushing into any press conferences at the moment. Phil Wright says Cunha out for both games. I'd say so. Here we go. Pep's presser is at 2:30, not 1:30. I'm going to need a lot of encouragement to stay for that one because, as I said, I have got a bit of a cold. FPL Harry says anything on Everton? Nothing yet. It's always worth keeping an eye on the club websites as well because sometimes they come in. What's Sean Dyche's press conference? Is that now? said 4 hours ago. It's coming, the Everton presser, by the looks of it. You would think. Maybe that was just scheduling it. Yeah, so it'll be coming. It's just not here yet. We'll keep the tweet deck open because you never know what's going to come and when. You'd think we'd have this nailed down by now, but these press conferences are generally all over the place. Yeah, so BBC were reporting 2:30. All right, looks like Arsenal are in. It's coming very soon now. BBC are advertising Arteta and Dyche at 1:30, Poch, Guardiola 2:30. But there's not like a full list. Most belt forward so far, says Harry. Yeah, it's a big blow, isn't it? Crazy, really. Transfers seem all over the place. Anthony Gordon, the most bought. Obviously doesn't double this week. I think I'm going to have to go Mateta now. I don't feel like there's anywhere else I can go. Unless I don't go 3-5-2, but it's not very exciting. I don't actually think I can afford Haaland either. If we got a good update on Haaland. I'm quite a way off affording him. All the cheap goalkeepers are out of action now. I mean, I could get a non-playing goalkeeper. No, yeah, I'm not going to fit Haaland in with this 11. Just thinking out loud. Yeah, it looks like we're being kept hanging on a lot of these presses today. But if any of the presses are as bad as the Wolves presser, we're in trouble. So yeah, Semedo has been ruled out. Cunha picked up a knock and misses out. Belgrady remains sidelined. Dawson had surgery. Hwang's minutes will be managed. It's not the fake Harry. You know it's the OG Harry because he's got the little tick next to his name because he's big-time content creator now. In the Big 100 club. Marco Silva is in. If anyone's buying Fulham assets this week. Almost all the squad is available from Fulham. That's all we need to know. That's it from them at the moment. So while we're waiting for more news, we'll go through a few more questions. Lewis says that McBurney going under the radar, better expected goal involvement than Cunha and Mateta, with better fixtures and on pens. There you go. Wolves have 10 fit first-team players. Is anyone tempted to move the armband? In Nepal, it was 66% Salah captain, 22% Eze, only 6% Saka. Jermaine says start Palmer or gone. Actually, got to be Palmer. Son to Eze or Palmer to Eze. Depends on chip strategy, I guess, but probably Son. Cunha or Mateta. It's got to be Mateta now. Louisa says, would you start Maguire over Zabani? I have Neto to cover. No, I'd just start Zabani. We've got 662 of you in, which is amazing. Make sure you're subscribed if you're not already. I'll be back an hour before the deadline tomorrow for the deadline stream. And I am here every week bringing you big news. It seems to be every week. One thing that I'm actually interested in as well, guys, is what do you think of the announcements yesterday about the FA Cups? Because this is quite big in terms of the restructure. I don't know if I can get the full announcement anywhere. There's a lot of been a lot of comments on it in press conferences, and a lot of club statements coming out as well. But we could see the end of big double game weeks in FPL, because FA Cups are going to be on dedicated weekends. I think the changes to the Champions League has forced it as well. But yeah, FPL could be a very different game next season. FPL Down Under is in and helping with the modding as well. Good to see you. Again, there still seems to be no sign on the tweet deck of any more presses, which is annoying. Aboko, I already brought in Cunha. Brutal. I'm going to keep the tweet deck open because we never know when stuff's going to come through now. Username saying I'm about to buy Trippier. Why? Any news if he's fit for 34? No. Howe's press conference won't be till next week. They don't play until, is it Wednesday, Thursday? Wednesday. News on Tony. Brentford press is coming. The Cunha Mateta puns are out now. Bonkers LFC for his Liverpool triple up has gone Virgil, McAllister, Darwin. No Salah, that's interesting. Simon, I won't be bringing back Haaland or Salah for the rest of the season. That's how I roll. Fair play to you, wouldn't expect anything less. T Black, is this the best game week for triple captain? Unless you want to save it for Haaland in 37, but we don't know whether he'll be fit or what the title race will be looking like by then. Jason fancies Diaz captain. Can't blame me there. Abody's going Havertz captain. I like it. I think there's a few captain picks this week. I don't think you can go too far wrong, if I'm honest. Louisa said, would you start Maguire over Zabani? I'm pretty sure. Please only ask your questions once, guys. Give me a chance of answering them all. Marco says, did I miss the news? The news is Aït-Nouri is only available as a substitute for Wolves and Cunha is out. Sponge also asked, what have I missed? Here we go from Everton. The boss is helpful of having Branthwaite, Calvert-Lewin and Gay available for Sunday, but Patterson has been ruled out for the remainder of the season. And from Palace, Jefferson Lerma is out until 36. Ward and Hughes need to be assessed. Holding and Richards are back in training. Just trying to get the exact point of where that one came in from, because I think I must have missed it. There we go. Update. Always best to update the lists. Akshat, member for 10 months. That's amazing. Thank you. What did I miss? I just joined the stream. You have missed the news from Wolves, which is basically that they have no team. Cunha is out of nowhere. Aït-Nouri could play some minutes as a substitute. Quite a few injuries elsewhere. Dawson, Semedo, Belgrade, Neto. Disarray, basically. Thank you. I've lost my place in the chat again. As usual. I'm quite a way behind as well, by the looks of it. Phil Wright says Trent has to play if we're to win the league. Yeah. Eton says Diaz outperformed Salah over the last 3 game weeks. Yeah, he's got 3 attacking returns in 4. Booba Bebe says Havertz and Munoz or Saliba and Elise. Gotta be Havertz. Ivo says, by that logic, Darwin should be the best captain. Is well overdue a haul. That's true. Seems soon for Timber. Rest of the squad are all fit for Arsenal. Well, that's good news. We're ticking off these presses now then. Finally. Eton says the background of these vids are the best. What, is that my advertising hoarding? Might need a little update for next season, to be fair. I don't know if I can add any more strings to my bow, though, at the moment. Potentially, we'll see. See what's cooking. Marcus wants me to rank Pickford, Sarr and Henderson on free hit. Well, I think Sarr's got to be bottom of the pile because of the injuries at Wolves. Pickford v Henderson. I think Henderson's got the better fixtures. I think Pickford is the better goalkeeper, though, with more routes to points. Everton concede a lot of shots, so he makes a lot of saves. When he keeps clean sheets, he gets bonus. Great distribution as well. Aidan, should I take a -4 to getting 3 extra double game week players on? No. If you've wildcarded in 35, that's easy. But beyond that, not so sure. If the players that you're selling, you're going to want back in 35 or before the rest of the season, I don't think it's worth it. Because it's going to take you four points to take them out, another 4 points to get them back in. Alan's got no chips left. It does really help me, by the way, if you tell me your chip strategy when you ask a question. Should have said that at the top. Play Foden, Palmer, or sell either one to buy Eze. I think Foden to Eze is 5. Fine. Already got 8 doublers. 2 other single game weeks I'd play are Bruno Fernandes and Isak. Yeah, do that. VJ says, can we aim for 250 likes? Are we there yet? We're at 182. So a bit more work to go. While you're at it, Make sure you're subscribed to the channel as well. If you're finding this press conference useful, show your support for the channel. I still can't believe about Cunha, to be fair. What a week. A lot of people did the early transfer for Cunha. It is big for Arsenal, that's for sure. Aiden says, should I take a -4 hit to get 3 double game week players or take no hit and get 2? Again, it depends on if you're selling players that you're going to want back, then I wouldn't do it. Cool says Garnacho or Tony. I mean, I wouldn't focus my transfers on either because neither of them double. But if you really had to, I mean, no, I still don't think I'd buy either. Garnacho was in the naughty books, wasn't he? Good news from Everton, though, that Branthwaite's back. Is this updating? I'm going to give it a refresh. It seems a bit static there. I couldn't see anything in the Premier League column anyway. I don't think I've missed anything. How are we doing on the presses then? So we've heard from Wolves, Arsenal, Palace, Everton, Fulham. Not heard anything from Brentford, Luton or Forest. Not that their main team's focusing transfers on. The City presser is going to be at 1:30. 2:30, sorry, not 1:30. So a bit of a wait for that one. A lot of you liking Sarabia now because he's on pens and definitely playing a double. Joel wondering whether to swap Hee-Chan for Diaz. Yeah, probably. Harley saying Darwin or Haaland to Mateta. Darwin double, so I'd say Haaland. Cochrane says go Jesus as a differential on free hit. Free hit is differential enough. I don't think Jesus starts both games. Cunha owner's asking if he's going to be out for both games. It said that it was a muscle injury, so I'm guessing so. Ivo's going Burton, Diaz as a punt. I like that. Swanky says, what about Darwin and stop Diaz to another midfielder? It's kind of like, do you go Darwin and Diaz? No, Darwin and Olise or Mateta and Diaz. I think I prefer Mateta and Diaz, I'll be honest. If we look at predicted points for all players this week, there's 0.1 between Darwin and Diaz. We look at Palace. Olise and Mateta, there's 0.7, so there's not a lot in it. It's defenders. It's just really difficult to get the starters. That's the biggest issue we've got. Right, I'm going to put another poll live. Should I stay for the pet presser? It's not for another half an hour. Bear in mind I have a cold. You're definitely going to say stay, I know it. Remember, I'm back tomorrow for the press conference stream as well. Again, I've lost my place in the chat. Akram says, why are you not considering Olise? He's literally just back from injury. That's my problem with Olise. Like, it was his first start of the season against... Sorry. First start since Game Week 23. He's had, like... He was injured. He played for a period of games. Got rotated in a very busy Christmas schedule. Then got injured again. Has just come back. And now you're expecting him to play Sunday, Wednesday, Saturday. I don't think it's going to happen. I know Palace aren't safe yet, but I think they'll be okay. I just can't see him playing that many games. Mark says, is there a Bournemouth presser? 3:30 is the Bournemouth presser. Definitely not staying for that one. 75% of you want me to stay for the Pep presser at 2:30. Let me have a little decongestant. Tell you what, the 700 of you watching, if we can get to 300 likes in the meantime, and if you look on my Twitter, if we can get that up to if we can get that tweet up to 10 retweets and we can get the stream up to 300 likes in the next 5 minutes, then I'll stay. How's that for a little bribe? It's not going to cost you anything. But yeah. What was I going to do? I was just going to update this, actually. Cunha out. Dave Grant, just in, anything on Wolves? Yeah, you've missed a lot. Marco says, is Havertz captain worthy? Is he the best third Arsenal option to add to Saka? Gabriel. It's the other option. You could go triple Arsenal attack. He is captain worthy, yeah. Edwards on injuries. Progress this week, but not too many back. Mengi the only one. Others still out. Hope to filter others in the final few weeks. Yeah, so the Hatters are still threadbare. They play Brentford tomorrow, so it's not really a fixture that I'm too focused on. Look at this golden boot race. I mean, it's not going to be many goals at the moment. We're only just hitting 20. I guess there's a lot of players in contention still, though. Sorry, the coffin started, guys. You're the ones. Hey, see if you can bully me into an extra bit of stream. I think we might have got up there on the likes, I'll be honest. You've got another 3 minutes yet. The retweets aren't as good. Interested bystanders got Aït-Nouri and Branthwaite on flags. Branthwaite is back. Always hopeful of having them back. Aït-Nouri will feature as a sub against Arsenal, but he could then... The thing is with Aït-Nouri, he could then well start against... who have they got? Bournemouth. I need to get rid of him, to be fair. I don't really know what other defender to pick, I'll be honest. Maybe I get this Munoz guy. Then I feel like oh no, I've got too many Palace players there. For God's sake. You know you've been looking at it for too long when it comes up that you've got too many Palace players in. Looking at predicted points. It's grim reading. Oh, Senesi's back, isn't he? Maybe I go Senesi. Someone in there. And maybe I put Neto in there. I mean, it's not going to matter too much, is it? Like, I feel like Wolves are a do not buy. Sheffield United are a bit of a do not buy. Other than, I guess, there's Diaz and there's McBurney. But yeah, the template is going to be strong now. Triple Liverpool, triple Arsenal, triple Palace. And then Solanke. And then your fringe is your Everton, your Bournemouth, your Sheffield United. Unless you go with a single game week option. In terms of single game week options that could do well this week. Goalkeepers. Kaminski. Onana Dubravka. Defenders. Remember, this is pinned as well. So if you want to be able to do this yourself, you can get a 7-day free trial on the hub. Defenders, you're having to scroll a long way. A very long way. Doughty, Cash, Burke, Wan-Bissaka. Midfielders. Single game week options. It's a lot of scrolling. Palmer. Garnacho. Fernandez. Forwards is a bit easier because just the pool's smaller, isn't it? Which definitely helps. Sorry, I've got both highlighted there. Watkins. Isaac Haaland. Right. So let's just check we've not missed anything. Don't think so. So we've heard from Rob Edwards now, haven't we? So we're still waiting for news from Brentford and Forest. The Chelsea and the City press conferences are coming up at 2:30. Aston Villa, we still don't know whether we're getting a press conference or not. We may get some embargo quotes. I mean, you guys have smashed the like count. We're up to 300 as requested. There's 700 of you watching. Haven't done that great on my pinned tweet, I must say. Few more retweets on there would be great. But yeah, let's stick with it. We'll plough on through. It's only 20 minutes till past. Give me some time to answer a few more of your questions. Make sure that you are subscribed to the channel as well, if you're not already. I just wanted to see if we are going to get a Villa press conference. I don't know if we will or not. Can't see anything. It's a stab in the dark. I guess I could check on BBC Sport as well. Doesn't seem to be any evidence either way. It's a mystery. Let's put my team up then while we're tinkering. Lewis says, no, we don't need to wait till 2:30. I can tell you, Pep's presser. We train later, we will see. I don't know on Erling right now. Tarlan says, Dallo or Robertson, who do you prefer? Robertson doubles this week, so I'd say Robertson. Press conference for Chelsea is at 2:30. Swanky, I dumped Tate Nori as well, seeing as Wolves' side is falling apart in limited minutes. Yeah, that's the thing. I think it's hard now for Tate Nori owners to really justify keeping him. Believer says Gabriel Jesus, is he starting? Don't know. Don't think so. Pooley says, in hindsight, regret the free hit in 29, yeah. Fremy says Jesus or Havertz. It's got to be Havertz. Otto is going captain Eze. Bollard says, I've got wild card, triple captain and bench boost. When do you think is the best play for each one? So I would triple captain this week, and then I would wild card next week, and then bench boost in 37. FPL Clue says, Cunha injuries put my bench boost plan postponed for 37. That's unlucky. I think there'll be a lot of managers in the same shoes, to be fair. Shiraz says, is Doherty a good choice? No. Paulie says, reckon Robertson is safe for Sue starts now. Oh, that's the other thing. I think I'm going to have to go Van Dijk. I don't think Trent's going to start both games. Oh, I'm a bit torn on what's best to do at the minute. Let's have a look at these midfielders again. There's Burton Diaz as well, isn't there? I'm just thinking, do I go Darwin over Luis Diaz and go Burton Diaz? I don't think I want to, though. I don't know if I love this free hit as much as I do the side that I built the other day, but then stuff happens. Martin's triple captain in Salah this week. Nice. Aidan with a very vague question, should I take a -4? It's hard to know without context, but if there's any time is a good time to take a hit for a double game week, it is. Hubbix says, is Haaland starting the weekend? It's FA Cup at the weekend. Pep's presser's coming up at 2:30. Yeah, so we've still got the Pep presser to come. That's why we're still here. Kieran says, do I captain Saka? Very good pick. CJK Digital, would you swap Tate Nori for a -4? Yeah, I think I would, because I think even if he, starts the second game, clean sheet potential is low given the injuries. Chrono, would you pick Darwin and Diaz Darwin and Brereton Diaz or Haaland and Luis Diaz? Probably Haaland. Sheffield United news was yesterday. FPL Harry's going Gribbage on free hit. Really? They were away, but then Sheffield United away. Yeah. Gotta be doublers for me. Amal, what to do with Hee-chan? I don't think I'd want him now. Kirim, is Tate Nori 100% benched? Well, that's what Gary O'Neill's told us. Please only ask your question once, guys. Daniel's dead ending this week. Team in a mess, thinking of -8. Goalie and 2 midfielders. Kelleher out for Alisson. Foden out and Son out for Saka and Eze. Stuck with Garnacho Palmer. Yeah, that sounds fine. Eddie, should I get Robbo and Eze in for Walker and Son? Again, depends on chip strategy. I prefer Van Dijk, I think, to Robertson. Because I think Robertson, again, he's back from injury. Daniel says, do you think treble Liverpool is needed? They're still one of the best attacking teams in the Premier League this season with 2 games. Form or no form. It's got to pick up soon. Haaland news is coming in 15 minutes. At 2:30 UK time. Charlie says Diaz or Olise. Diaz. Olise is just coming back from injury. Diaz has pretty much played every game for Liverpool this season. Only McAllister's got more minutes. Swanky, I'm scared to press free hit on the transfer screen in case it doesn't give me the option to free hit and I get -52. You get an opportunity to activate it somewhere within the app, even if you don't do it straight away. It's funny when my husband did his free hit, he thought he'd picked a team, then did something wrong, and he was like, oh, I've done it wrong now. I was like, you can change it. If anyone wants an update, I'd got loads more points than him last week, but then it Captain Palmer. So he was on like a poor amount of points, like 20 something. And then he had Captain Palmer and Jackson in the last game. Cher on his bench with 13, luckily stayed on his bench. Jackson came off his bench as an auto sub for Foden. Just getting all the luck. So 66k now. But I think he's got his wild card left. He's got wild card and bench boost left. So this week, in terms of doublers, he's got Gabriel, Saka, Diaz, Solanke. And that's it. So this is the week. I mean, how many points have I got to catch up? 80? 81? Lots of you asking for Tony news, but I don't think we've seen anything from the Brentford presser yet. We've got Chelsea and Man City FA Cup pressers coming very soon. Oh, here we go. Norgard and Ajer will be available for the Brentford game against Luton. Tony is progressing from hip injury and desperate to start, but Thomas Frank did not confirm if he is fit enough to. There we go then. That's only just come through, by the way, guys. Feel like I've got a sneeze coming. Eddie says he's Cunha injured. Yeah, I don't think the flag's been added yet, but yeah, he's definitely injured. The Wolves presser was brutal. Mitchell instead of 8 Nori now, says Ross. Yeah, agree with that. I like the way people are using my live chat as an opportunity to ask FPL Harry questions. I have to do a press stream collab one day, Harry, because you're clearly in demand. We're up to 350 likes now, guys. Thank you. Keep subscribing as well. Thoughts on Triple Palace? Yeah, look, you can lock it in now. Mitton, can we expect 8 Nori coming off as sub for both games? I mean, the second game's too far away. He's going to be available on the bench, is what we know. But the amount of other injuries Wolves have got, I don't expect much from them. So Cunha picked up some sort of knock, which has come to be an injury to the muscle. So I doubt he'll play in the other game. Wildcard is for 35. Swanky says, anyone else annoyed by how FPL classes 1% of players as forward? Yeah, it's because they don't have a system that awards defensive midfielders. So wingers have to be midfielders. Dennis has got wildcard, bench boost, triple captain left. I would triple captain this week, wildcard next week, bench boost 37. Simon's saying Akshat is the OG for being a member for 10 months. The channel's been going a lot longer than 10 months. I think it's coming up 5 years old. I started making YouTube content July 2019. Or June 2019. July 2019? I decided to quit the day job and go, I say full-time FPL. I had a very small child. It was definitely more part-time FPL. We're going to be every day in September. Mikey, I think Munoz is a better pick than Mitchell. Higher chance of attacking returns. Shall we just give them a little comparison? Obviously, where's the Palace lineup? Here, look. The wing-backs on opposite sides, aren't they? We can compare them here. When did Glasner come in? I think, has he done 7 game weeks? I think it'd be relevant to compare them since. Obviously, my pronunciation is awful as well. How can't I spell it right? Sorry, it's terrible. No, it is Munoz. Why isn't he coming up? Daniel. Let's go with Daniel. Where is it? Sorry. There was a lot of scrolling there. I think it's because of the little... whatchamacallit. Right, so we're going to do this from... I feel like he didn't get in... No, he's been playing since game week 23. Let's do it from game week 26 onwards. Because that's recent then. So, per start? Yeah, let's do per start. So Mitchell definitely more of the creator. Munoz is more likely to come up with a goal. There's not that much in it. Really. Obviously, you've got a bit more of a goal threat. It's the assist threat. I just prefer that from Mitchell. There's not a lot in it, is there? I mean, I'll probably come the wrong side of it, but there we go. Still not seeing anything from Forest, which is a bit annoying. Oh, Harry's telling me I'm getting my goalkeepers mixed up. Oh, I'm having a nightmare today, aren't I? I'm getting my Grubic and my Murrich mixed up. I mean, yeah, save points in there, I guess you're getting. It's not exciting picking the goalkeeper from the team that's bottom of the league, is it? Are you on free hit, Harry? I don't think you are you? No, I'm not going to go there. I'm happy with Pickford. Yeah, so I've still not seen any comments from Forest. The City presser has been moved to 2:30, so that's coming up in 5 minutes. The Chelsea presser is at 2:30 as well. So that's 5 minutes time. Eze captain, says Matthew. Yep, that's fine. We're at 377 likes. Doing an incredible job, guys. Picked up quite a few new subscribers today as well, which is good to see. It had been steady progress on the old subscribers recently, so I'll take that. That's what I should have asked for when I was wanting bribes to stay here for the City presser. A few more subs. Eddie, what to do if you have Cunha? Sell him for Mateta. Nikki says Eze being rolled out now would be Pete. Yeah, it's not happening. Tiggy fancies Calvert-Lewin. It's minutes. I don't think he'll start both games. Fremi's wondering to go with Jota, Wang, Solanke in a 3-5-2 or Darwin, Slavic, Solanke, Havertz in 3-4-3. Got to be the 3-4-3. I do not think Sarabia is a stronger pick now. No. Lalex, how many games do you see Darwin starting in the double? Probably just the one, I'll be honest. Charlie says Elise or Luis Diaz. Luis Diaz. FPL Down Under. Would it be worth bringing in a Palace defender this game week, and which one? One of those ones that I've just featured. Mitchell or Munoz. Please don't troll with injuries in the chat. Manchester, hey Holly, bench 1, play 2, Haaland, Branthwaite, Zabani. Haaland, Branthwaite. Daniel's second in the mini league. Haaland and Zabani. I don't think Branthwaite he may not start both. Daniel says, second in the mini league, how many hits would you take to get 11 double game week players? Best differentials in your opinion? I think having 11 will be differential. If you've got a wild card still to play, then I'd be open to a -8. Marco, should I triple captain someone this week or wait for Palmer in 35? I would delay wildcard to 36. No, I wouldn't do that. I'd wildcard 35. You could triple captain Haaland or Palmer in 37. Unless you've got bench boost to play. I think Salah triple captain's fine. Pep is currently using his press conference desk as a drum. Can just imagine him sat there. Lewis, surely Saka is a better captain pick than Salah. Wolves struggling to put a team out, yeah, potentially. FPL Spudjack. Thoughts on Foden, Gusto and Palmer out to Eze, Trent or Van Dijk and Brereton Diaz? Or do a Foden, Gusto and Haaland out for Eze, Mateta and Trent and VVD? Look at the amount of funds that you're set to miss on selling Palmer and buying him back. It depends when you got him. Seaman, should I sell Foden or hold him? No chips. Probably hold. Son of Zion says, will Branthwaite start? I mean, Dyche is hoping that he'll be back, but to start 2 games in a row in the congested schedule, I don't know. Is he going to start him before... is he going to start him in that first game against Forest or saving for Liverpool. Chelsea updates on Cunha and Sanchez in partial team training. Colwill on the injury list. Lyle, who gets more double game week minutes, Jesus or Nunes? Nunes. Kate's liking the Elise Mateta Eze triple Palace attack. Elise's the one I'm least keen on. David, wildcard 36, bench boost 37. Wildcard 35, bench boost 37, because Spurs and Chelsea double 35, 37. There's just so much going on, isn't there? Piece of a mare. Tony for captain against Luton. Nobody's looking at Tony because he won't start necessarily. And some teams play twice. Andre, play Nori or Cambuala? Probably neither. Munib saying, should we keep or sell 8 Nori? I think I'd probably sell. Pep says Cole Palmer was asking to leave City for 2 seasons. Sure. Andrija, first time here, you're amazing. Oh, thank you. I'm 20k, bench boost left. How should I defend my rank? Plan to go Son to Saka. Should I go -4, 8 Nori or Cunha out? Yeah, I think -4 is fine. I think it's easy when you're doing well to change your style of play, and it's hard to not change your style of play, but you've got to play in the same way that got you there in the first place. Phil says Jota or Diaz. Diaz. 50-50 for Haaland. Enzo, Desai and Raheem Sterling have been taken off Chelsea's injury list. Haaland muscular issue. Guardiola suggesting he's 50-50 for tomorrow. So Kevin seems well. Erling we will see. I think that's good enough news that Haaland will be available for Brighton. Whether he needs to risk him against Brighton is another question. But then it's Forest next, which again is not the hardest fixture. I think the trouble is for City, by the time they play again in the Premier League, in theory, Arsenal and Liverpool could be 5 points ahead of them. I know City will still have the advantage because they've got games in hand, but if Arsenal and Liverpool can apply that pressure, it becomes even more like they can't mess up. I think if you've got Haaland and your wild card in next week, then I think you can keep him. Then you can sell him. But for some managers that haven't got the wild card still, I think you keep him because you're going to want him for the run-in. Especially now the pool of players that double is so small, I think it's much harder to justify. I think you can afford to bench him though as well. If you've got 7 doublers in your attack and Haaland's your 8th attacker, I think you can afford to bench him. I think you could even afford to play Palmer ahead of him. I'd sooner play Palmer and bench Haaland. Let's have a look then at everything that we've got today. So we've just heard from Pep that De Bruyne is fine. Haaland is a 50-50. He felt something against Real Madrid. So this is City's presser for the FA Cup tomorrow. Remember, City playing the league on Thursday. We do need to be mindful with City that anything could happen in the FA Cup, which could jeopardise. Injury updates from Chelsea. Fernandes, Desai and Sterling off the injury list, and Cunha in partial team training with Robert Sanchez. Norgard and Ajer available for Brentford against Luton. Tony progressing well after a hip issue, desperate to start, but may not be fit enough. Mengi, the only returner for Luton, a lot of players still out. Arsenal, a clean bill of health other than Timber, who is not quite ready yet. Everton should welcome back Branthwaite and Calvert-Lewin and Idrissa Gana Gueye, but Patterson is out for the rest of the season. Fulham, all the squad are available. Cunha injured and out for Wolves. Few other injuries. Reynate Nori is only available from the bench for Wolves. Semedo out, Cunha out, Huang can only do 45 minutes. Bellegrade and Dawson out as well. Trent will be checked. If Trent had been fitter, we could have gone a bit longer, but it is insane that he even played. I think they're the main ones. Just scrolling through the rest. Just check we've not missed anything else. Yeah, I think that is about it then. So, as I mentioned, I will be back tomorrow at... Let me get this right. 12:30. It's a later deadline tomorrow. It's a 1:30 deadline. So I'll be back for the stream from 12:30 for the 1:30 deadline. So if you would like to join me for that one, the link is in the chat. I've pinned it as well. A late super chat in from Diego Young. I mean, you're all doing your best today, guys, to keep me here as long as possible. Don't worry about that. I'm only joking. He asks, Foden to Kai Eze or Haaland to Jesus, both for a -4. I wouldn't do Haaland to Jesus. Foden to Kai Havertz or Eze. I think I'd go Havertz. I think having plenty of tickets for Arsenal is going to be really important. That's my take there. Support today has been phenomenal, guys. Big thank you to the mods. Simon, who's now back. FPL Down Under, who's done a great job. Akshat has been in as well. VJ. Hopefully I've not missed anyone there. Thank you so much, guys. So yeah, as I said, I will be back tomorrow. So make sure you liked, you subscribed, and you've hit the notify button. I'll let you know when I go live. Probably about 12:30 to lock in my free hits. So it's going to be quite a big stream, locking that in. I probably have some more tinkering to do, but that's where I'm at the moment. Big thank you to all the members with their questions and the couple of super chats that we've had in as well. We hit 400 likes, which is amazing. There's been 700 viewers in as well. So thank you so much. I'll be back tomorrow for the deadline stream. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you soon. Amazing support.